Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Never in a Million, and I'm a gift designer. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about my business and the big word, side hustle. This is my side hustle. I'm very proud to call it my side hustle. I don't think it's a taboo. It is not my full-time job. Mainly, I am going to talk to you all about tonight about why this is a side hustle for me, how I treat it as such while I make this gift. I think I mentioned this before. I sell gift baskets mainly during the peak holidays, like Christmas, Valentine's, Mother's Day, Easter, Father's Day, and even on Thanksgiving. We just ended Father's Day. And so now I'm working on gifts that will be set out for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mainly these will be Christmas gifts. I am revamping some busted or old or torn apart Easter baskets into some Christmas gifts for children. I know a lot of people like to wait and start in July and have a nice good break. It's a good enough break for me. I'm just going to go ahead and start it. But I'm mainly going to talk to you about my side hustle as a gift basket designer and seller during major holidays. I'm also getting over a cold, so my voice may sound a little bit raspy. I might take breaks during this voiceover to cough or something of that nature. I do want you to know that I've been on medication and I'm not contagious. And I also sprayed this gift basket with a little Lysol before I packed it up. Okay, so I am going to just basically talk about why this is, to me, a side hustle, and I treat it as such, and I'm kind of proud of that. So if you guys have watched my channel, I talk a lot about the gift baskets that I make, and the bottom line is the price, the profit, and the amount of money that I pay for the items that go in my gifts. And my budget. I talk a lot about my budget. I operate on what is called a zero-based budget, or what I call a zero-based budget, in which every single holiday must pay for itself, and therefore all these products that I'm using are technically free. Now, that does seem a little bit weird at first, but what I mean by that is after I complete a holiday, I start a new budget, and everything that I purchase from that time period to the next selling day must be recouped back in order for me to claim to have a profit. And so after you come out of a holiday, that means that everything in your inventory is paid, and hopefully you've had a lot of change left. So sometimes when gift basket designers are shopping, they may shop and kind of stockpile items, but then those items don't end up getting paid for after the end of a holiday. And so it is very important to me to operate on a zero-based budget. And so every holiday has to have a small budget in order for me to reap profit. So, for example, when I posted my last video, I talked about what sold and what didn't sell for Father's Day. I also posted a community short, a community post, in which I proclaimed that I was at profit status. So, in order for me to get to profit status, that means I had to pay back everything that I purchased from Mother's Day, from the end of Mother's Day till Father's Day, okay? And so everything I purchased from the end of Mother's Day and starting to Father's Day was about $490 something, so very close to $500. And then I had to make that money back in order to be at a profit. And so it's not about how much I sold for Father's Day. It's about how much I sold minus the $490 something, because that has been inventory that I purchased. And since I've run this business on a zero-based budget, until I reach, the $500 mark, I haven't made any money for that holiday. And so thanks be to God, I was way, way, way past the $500 mark. And so now everything after that reaps into the profit status. And so how I do that is basically I'm very strategic when I shop. I cannot allow myself, as someone who does this as a side hustle, to go on a whim and purchase expensive items, because there is no guarantee. Each time we, as gift basket designers or people who are selling gifts, go out, we take a gamble. There is no proclamation that people will buy from you, or that there will not be a national or regional disaster. There could have been a hurricane on Father's Day, and if I would have spent $4,000, $5,000 and not been able to sell a thing, I would have been out of that money. And of course, people like to say, well, you can just take and transfer those gifts to another holiday. I can't operate like that. And I will not operate like that. I don't sell a gift basket every day. I don't sell a gift basket every week. I do not sell a gift basket every month. And so I cannot shop as if I am or if I will. That is not something that is in my nature or in my wheelhouse to plan for that. If you do, you have to make sure that it is sustainable, because you will end up with a mass amount of inventory that was bought at, and I'm using air quotations here, at reasonable prices, but you have no guarantee to move that product. And so product can get damaged, lost. If there is merchandise just sitting in a storage unit somewhere, it is costing you money you paid for it and money to store it. And I cannot operate in that in that realm. And so, yes, when, people like to proclaim that they're a business and they're a gift shop and, they're a legit business, unless it's making dollars and cents daily or, monthly or weekly, then to me, that would be classified as a side hustle. And so I say all that to say that I don't view that as a negative term. I don't think that doesn't mean that I don't hustle, or I'm not a boss, or I'm not giving this my all. To shop the way that I shop, to buy things at smaller cost, I use a lot of penny items. And there may be some new people on here watching, and you're saying, well, how do you get items for a penny? There are plenty of videos on my channel. There are plenty of other gift basket designers who use penny products, and they get them from Dollar General a lot of times. There's even people have bought penny items out of Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Lowe's, Home Depot. I don't know about Lowe's, but I know Home Depot has penny products sometimes. But it takes a lot. And so it is something that I do full time as in I'm always shopping at a deal. Okay. It does also mean that sometimes you're going to miss out on things, pretty things, nice things, fabulous things, designer things. I do get envious, but at the end of the day, every holiday I have to start at zero. My items have to be paid for after every holiday. I can't afford to lose any bit of money in my budget, my lively budget. I always talk about how this business is a family business, and everyone in my family helps. And I know that is a blessing, and not everyone has that. Not everyone's family member helps the way that mine does. But with that being said, I also do try to help my family out financially. They help me out financially as well. It's a big, huge family team here. And so I cannot afford to just have a stockpile room full of nice, fabulous things that I'm not guaranteed to sell. Because as I mentioned before, I don't sell a gift basket every day. I don't sell one a week. I don't sell one a month. Okay. I will sell, $200, $300, $400, $500. I mean, not dollars, but gift baskets that I have paid $500, $600, maybe $800 for, and then reap, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm going to keep treating this like a side hustle. And I don't usually tell you about, I never tell my exact numbers. But unless someone is doing this full time and donating, thousands of dollars to the cause, like, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and you want me to get on that train, you're going to have to guarantee that you can make over $26,000 each holiday. Okay. So I'm not telling you how much I make, but if you're making less than $26,000, so $25,999, then I'm not going to be scary into your full-time platform, okay? I don't know what I'm saying here, but I'm just saying that you can make a lot of money shopping very smartly, okay? Another thing in my gifts, and when I talk about missing out, there is some things that you're just going to have to go without if you're doing this the side hustle way, okay? I have never, and I've been doing this since 2009, I ain't never sold a balloon. Isn't that crazy? I'm not saying balloons are so expensive, but I'm telling you, you can make, $20,000 a holiday. You can make $10,000 a holiday. You can make $8,000 a holiday and not sell one balloon. Okay, you hardly have ever seen me use, never, a clear box. Okay, the cake box is beautiful. The cookie box is beautiful. You can make tens of thousands of dollars without buying one of those boxes. Okay, you see me I just wrapped this box that I got from Aldi's for free. Okay, it's got to be how you're shopping. And I know a lot of gift basket designers talk about this. One comes to mind is Boss Lady Fee, Birds and Bosses with Felicia. It's got to be the way that you are shopping that is going to guarantee you a certain amount of profits. If you're paying, $1.25, $2, $3 for a container and you don't have nothing in it, then your gift is already negative $3. Your profit is negative $3 if you don't have nothing in it. So, another thing that has served me well in the side hustle mentality is because I have a gift like this gift that I'm working on here, less than $4. I put the 97-cent house shoes in there. That was the most expensive thing. Second most expensive thing in there was that cup that I got from a Dollar Tree Family Dollar combo store that was going out of business. And that was like 62 cents. Everything else was either a penny or came from Party City when it was closing. So you got to be very, very strategic. A lot of times in the gift basket community, you'll hear them talk about making 3 times your money. When you're doing this for a side hustle and you only put in, $500 for your budget, $600 for your budget, $800 for your budget, 3 times that is only $1,500. No, ma'am, no, sir. No. I'm shooting for, and I know this sounds crazy, but it can be done. 10 times. That is my favorite number. 10 times my investment. I got about $3.50, less than $4. These boxes sold last Christmas for $40. $40 if it was a character like this is Frozen. $35 if it was just generic. Okay. I know I had a lot of those pillows. I got them browned out for a penny that just had unicorns on them. Put those in there, add a few things. People were buying them in multiples. That's another thing. If you shop very inexpensively and you don't have many dollars and cents in a gift, you can sell them at a smaller cost. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, Christmas was amazing. And they were buying 4 and 5. I got a lot of uncles and aunties who were on their way to grandma's house and wanted something for their nieces and nephews. And they had 4 nieces and nephews. Okay, you do the math. I spent $4 on them each, and I sold 4 of them for $40 each. 40 is 80. 88 and 80 is 160. Okay? So that is how you can make your profit. So it is going to be very tempting if you get into the gift basket community. You're going to see a lot of people out there doing some fabulous hauls. They're going to have some pretty stuff. They may be gift designers who are doing this full time and sell a basket every week, 3 baskets a week, 10 baskets a day, 50, 60 gifts in a month. They can afford to, spend $3 on a container. Spend $2 on a container. If you're doing this if you come to the side hustle side, like never in a million, you're going to need to do it a lot cheaply, okay? And I'm telling you, when you get 10K, 20K, and you get it, in February, and then you can do it again in May, and you got 40K plus whatever your salary is, you're going to say, okay, I'll drive to a couple of Dollar Generals around town. I'll do a little thing, okay? When you can get there, but you can't get there if you're spending $7,000, $6,000, $5,000 on your inventory just because it's fun to do the shopping, okay? So, listen, you do your business how you want to run your business, but the side hustle mentality in that word itself does not mean you're lazy, does not mean you're not a boss, does not mean you're not a CEO. In fact, it means you could be the best CFO. That is the best title, Chief Financial Officer, because you know the bottom line, okay? People will come on here and say, well, I just made $10,000. Did you make $10,000? Did you count up how much you spent from the last time you sold $10,000 worth of gift to this time you sold $10,000? If it was $5,000 you spent in between then, you only made $5,000. Okay? So, I'm saying all that to say, we can do it. You can ease into it. You do not have to go out and get everything you see. Now, watch everybody. Watch everybody you can on this YouTube channel. Subscribe to anybody who is making a gift basket, because you never know. You might want to splurge, okay? You might want to splurge and get you a couple of $5 watches, like Rachel showed. You might want to splurge. You might want to get, if you could fit it in that $500 budget, I say do it, okay? You might want to splurge and get you a couple bottles of cologne or perfume. The Bath and Body Works is amazing, okay? So watch everybody, but you don't have to buy everything they buy, okay? I'm telling you that, especially when it's like trinkets and containers and bags, the stuff to put them in. That stuff costs. We're going to have to use a bow and a bag and a bow. That stuff costs. But when you start adding a bag, a bow, and a box, and a this and a that, you can jack up your price. And to get things all in one area, or in one basket, you can easily add too many items to a gift where it's no longer profitable. And another thing I like to tell beginner baskets makers is it's okay to miss out on things, okay? And sometimes we buy items up from ourselves, okay? If it ain't there, the Lord didn't have your name on it and it wasn't meant for you, wait it out. It might be 97 cents. It might still be there. It'd be 97 cents. And that's my thing is, I'm not getting it at $2. I'll just get it at the 97 cents. If it's gone for $2, then, it wasn't meant for me to have it. But if it's still there for 97 cents, it was meant for me to have it. And I got it. Okay? So, it's, no one right way to do stuff. But I just wanted to come up and give you a little bit, without telling all my personal business. You never know if Uncle Sam and everybody else are listening. But, I just wanted you to know you can do this. You can do this, and you can only, spend $500, $800, $600, less than $1,000, and flip your money and make, 10 times. 10 times is my favorite number. Okay? 10 times your money. You can do it. All right. That was this gift. I rambled on. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want to know. We got a lot of downtime between now and the other holidays coming up. And I'll be here to just tell you anything you want to know. So go ahead and ask in the comments down below, and let's go get this money.